Why does Ormund Hightower need Daeron Targaryen? House of the Dragon explained. Spoiler warning. Before we begin, this video contains major spoilers for House of the Dragon Season 3 and George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood. We'll be discussing Daeron Targaryen, Lord Ormund Hightower's campaign, and why one young prince could decide the outcome of the Dance of the Dragons. With that said, let's get started. As House of the Dragon Season 3 moves toward its biggest battles, one question keeps coming up. Why is Lord Ormund Hightower so desperate to reach Daeron Targaryen? After all, Ormund already commands one of the largest armies in Westeros. Thousands of Hightower soldiers march under his banners. Powerful Reach Lords have sworn loyalty to him. So why isn't that enough? Why does he keep pushing toward Daeron? The answer is simple. Because armies win wars, but dragons decide kingdoms. And right now, the Greens desperately need both. Let's break it all down. To understand why Daeron is so important, we first need to understand who he is. Daeron Targaryen is the youngest son of King Viserys I and Queen Alicent Hightower. That makes him the younger brother of Aegon II, Aemond, and Helaena. Unlike his brothers, Daeron wasn't raised in King's Landing. Instead, he spent most of his childhood in Old Town, under the protection of House Hightower. Growing up far away from court politics made him very different from his siblings. While Aegon became reckless and Aemond became hardened by war, Daeron earned a reputation for being disciplined, respectful, and surprisingly well-liked. Many lords considered him the most balanced of Alicent's children. But Daeron isn't just another prince. He rides a dragon, Tessarion, better known as the Blue Queen. Although Tessarion is smaller than Vhagar, she is young, fast, highly maneuverable, and incredibly dangerous in battle. That alone makes Daeron one of the Greens' greatest military assets. Now let's look at Ormund. By Season 3, Lord Ormund Hightower has assembled one of the largest Green armies in Westeros. He successfully united much of the Reach. His soldiers continue marching toward key battlefields. But Ormund understands something many commanders never forget. An army without dragon support is vulnerable. No matter how disciplined his soldiers are, one dragon attack could destroy thousands of men within minutes. That's why Daeron becomes so important. Think about the Green faction for a moment. King Aegon has suffered horrific injuries. Sunfire is badly wounded. Aemond has Vhagar, but he can't be everywhere at once. If Vhagar is fighting in the Riverlands, who protects the massive Hightower army in the Reach? That's where Daeron comes in. With Tessarion flying overhead, Ormund finally gains the dragon support his campaign desperately needs. Suddenly, his army becomes far more than a marching force. It becomes one of the most dangerous military combinations in Westeros. Another reason Ormund needs Daeron is morale. Imagine you're a Hightower soldier. You're marching hundreds of miles into enemy territory. You know Team Black has dragons. You know death could come from the sky at any moment. Then suddenly, a young Targaryen prince arrives, mounted on a beautiful blue dragon. Everything changes. The soldiers know they're no longer alone. They believe victory is possible. Sometimes, a dragon inspires an army long before it ever breathes fire. There's another fascinating political reason. Daeron represents something the Greens desperately need: hope. By this point in the war, Aegon has been badly injured. Aemond's ruthless decisions have divided opinions, even among Green supporters. Helaena has become increasingly isolated. But Daeron arrives with a completely different reputation. He's honorable, polite, respected. Many nobles see him as the future of House Targaryen. That makes him incredibly valuable, not just as a warrior, but as a symbol. Book readers know that once Daeron joins Ormund's campaign, the balance of power begins shifting dramatically. Their combined forces move toward one of the most important battles in the entire Dance of the Dragons, the Battle of Tumbleton. Without revealing every major spoiler, this battle becomes one of the bloodiest conflicts in Targaryen history. Dragons fight dragons, entire armies collide. and the future of the realm hangs in the balance. Without Daeron, that battle would look completely different. There's another detail many viewers overlook. Ormund doesn't simply want Daeron because he's a prince. He wants Daeron because he's reliable. Unlike some members of the royal family, Daeron listens to experienced commanders. He understands military discipline. He doesn't allow pride to cloud every decision. For Ormund, that's priceless. Because successful campaigns require cooperation, not endless arguments. Some fans even believe Daeron represents everything the Green leadership has been missing. Think about it. Aegon rules through emotion. Aemond rules through fear. Criston Cole often relies on aggression. Daeron brings something completely different: calm, patience, honor. Those qualities may not seem exciting during wartime, but history often remembers the leaders who stayed composed while everyone else lost control. There's another reason this partnership works so well. Ormund provides experience. Daeron provides dragonfire. Together, they complement one another perfectly. One commands thousands of soldiers. The other commands one of the last healthy green dragons. Separate, they're dangerous. Together, they become one of the greatest threats Team Black will face. Perhaps that's why George R.R. Martin spends so much time building Daeron's reputation before giving him a larger role. He's not introduced simply to increase the number of dragon riders. He's introduced because the war has reached a stage where every remaining dragon matters. Every experienced commander matters. Every alliance matters. And Ormund understands that better than almost anyone. There's also something symbolic about their relationship. Ormund represents House Hightower, discipline, tradition, military organization. Daeron represents House Targaryen, royal blood, dragons, the legitimacy of the Green claim. When those two forces unite, the Greens become far stronger than either could have been alone. It's the perfect combination of political power, military strength, and dragon superiority. Final thoughts. So, why does Ormund Hightower need Daeron Targaryen? Because winning the Dance of the Dragons requires more than soldiers. It requires dragons, leadership, legitimacy, and hope. Daeron brings all four. With Tessarion flying beside the Hightower army, the Greens suddenly possess something they've been desperately missing: a second major dragon supporting their largest military campaign. As House of the Dragon moves toward the Battle of Tumbleton, don't underestimate this partnership. History remembers dragons. History remembers kings. But sometimes, the alliances between them change the fate of entire kingdoms. And if fire and blood is any indication, the partnership between Ormund Hightower and Daeron Targaryen is only just beginning. So, what do you think? Will Daeron Targaryen become the Greens' greatest advantage? Or will even Tessarion be unable to stop the coming storm? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more House of the Dragon explainers, Fire and Blood lore, hidden details, ending explained videos, and character deep dives.